is Jesse, and keeping with the theme tonight, we wanted to share a little bit about our transitions this summer. For me, I just finished my first year at Biola last fall, and I know entering into summer, I had so many expectations and so many ideas what God wanted to do through me that summer, and I had plans to go overseas, plans to go serve at a high school camp or get super involved in my church. And as summer approached and it finally came to all my plans sort of fell through, God did bless me with a job, which was his provision. But with my expectation that I'd be doing all these things for in ministry and stuff, it became a lot quieter than I thought. But as I reflected about the summer and the transition, I realized that God had me in a particular place this summer. As I was trying to see, what can I do for you, God? What can I go do? How can I serve you? God was quietly with his voice saying, Jesse, I need you to be quiet. I need you to listen to me. I need you just to seek me and trust me. And so, as I look back, summer was a quiet summer, but God just did tremendous things this summer and helped me just find his will, find his plan. I can honestly say as I enter in this year, I've never felt more the peace of God, just his strength on his heart. And so this verse is just especially powerful for me because I know that I'm one of those people that worry a lot, trust myself so much and try to think through things. This verse is powerful because it's not really about us. It's not about finding our own way. It's about simply letting go and trusting God. So God's good. So trust in him with all your heart, and he will make your path straight.
Hi, my name is Maddy. I'm a senior at Biola. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my testimony and what this verse has really meant to me over the past 3 years. Coming into Biola as a freshman, and then looking back now, I never would have guessed what these 3 years would look like. I probably would have guessed, but I never would have told you what actually happened. So I met with a friend a few days ago, and we were just kind of like reminiscing and saying what it's like to be coming into your senior year and then looking back and seeing what it was like as a freshman, sophomore, and junior. And one thing he said that really connected with me was looking forward, you can't connect the dots at all. And then looking back, you can see where God led you and you can understand better what he was doing in your life and how you can connect the dots then. And so looking back and connecting the dots, I was an SOS leader my sophomore year, so then I had training like that second semester freshman year, and then I also, first semester freshman year, well, all of freshman year, I was in Alpha, and God led me and my friend to start praying over our campus. And during one of those prayer times, this is kind of separate from the SOS thing, but kind of not at the same time, I felt led that he wanted us to stay in Alpha. So then we mentioned it to a couple of our friends, and 2 of my good friends became the RAs. And looking back now, I realized how much I had to lean on God's understanding, because on my own understanding, I would not have the blessings that I have now of friendship specifically, but also knowing God for who he is. And then because during that year, I met almost all of the 7 girls that I live with right now in my house, and I could not ask for bigger blessings in my life right now. Sorry. A couple of them prayed for me before I came, and I just thank God so much for the blessings that he's given me through. Sorry, I expected this, but then I also didn't really. Because leaning on my own understanding, I wouldn't be able to experience the provision of blessing that he's blessed me with. Then also last fall semester, I I took that semester off to do Youth with a Mission. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. So I didn't expect that, definitely, coming into freshman year and coming into Biola. And I don't know that I would be here today doing After Dark and wanting to minister so much to who Biola is and the campus of Biola and the students of Biola and the heart of Biola. And I just want to encourage you guys, like, taking that leap of faith to lean on God and lean on His understanding and not your own is a big leap. And there are concerns and there are certain and uncertain consequences and blessings that will come from that. But the blessings far outweigh the consequences. Like, yeah, I'm taking a lot of units, but the blessing of doing Youth with a Mission and stepping out in faith and staying in Alpha and the things that I've leaned on God's understanding for, He's directed my paths and He's made my paths straight, and He has done so much more than I could have ever asked for in my only 3 years at Biola. So coming into my senior year, yeah, there are concerns and there are uncertainties, but that's the exciting part about following God and leaning on His understanding and leaning on His strength and not your own, because then He can use that for His glory and not for the glory of yourself. And His doing things for His glory and in His understanding just makes you so much more free, like that song was just saying. So I just encourage you, as you're maybe coming into Biola or have whatever year you are at Biola, I encourage you to keep leaning on God and pursuing Him, and He can make your path straight.
Hi, everyone. My name is Winnie, and I'm a senior. And this summer, I decided that I would apply for grad schools for the following fall. And I started looking into schools, and I thought I figured everything out and where I wanted to go. And yeah, I was starting just to plan out my future. In my mind, I was just skipping over this next year at Biola here. And I just went straight for grad school. I was just like, all right, I'm ready to go. But I was thinking so much about the future and moving forward that I forgot to look at the immediate, which is the semester right now. And I know that God doesn't want me to just coast through this year and then be gone, but He wants me to enjoy it, and He wants me to be here and serve Him. And now the school year is actually here, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what I'm going to do now. But I look at this verse that we've been continuing to reflect on, and this one word caught my eye. In the NIV, it says acknowledge, and in ESV, it says know. And so in verse 6, it says, in all your ways know Him, and He will make your paths straight. I did a word search kind of on know and acknowledge, and I found that it's not just enough to know that God is high and He is mighty and He's awesome, but the Hebrew word know and acknowledge, it's a verb. And it calls us to be in a relationship with Him, to be in an intimate relationship with Him. And I kept studying this, and it talks about more of the facts of just trusting the Lord, and I will know Him better in a deeper sense, and He will make your path straight. And the visual that came into my mind, I went to a science center when I was younger, and they had this slab of sand, and it was wet. And so I got to draw kind of a path, and then pour water, and the water just followed the path. It didn't go off of it. And it just reminded me that God is the one who is drawing that path for us. And we are the water, we just need to follow it. And so the Lord is the one who's guiding us, and He's going to do what He's going to do. And He's going to be with us there every step of the way. And so when I think about this upcoming semester, I think about how He calls me to trust Him and to know Him right now. That I don't have to worry about the little decisions, the little details, but God is going to figure that out. He wants me to simply know Him through Scripture, through community, and ultimately through my life right now. I don't need to be chasing towards the future, but He wants me to just stay at that water level and keep trickling down as time goes. So as we read this verse one more time, hear these words, reflect on them, and know that the Lord is good.
We hope you enjoyed this message. Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Learn more at biola.edu.